Have you ever found yourself standing at the crossroads of fear and faith, wondering which path to take when tomorrow seems uncertain? What if I told you that embracing the journey of faith, even when cloaked in the shadow of doubt, could lead to the most profound guidance and protection you could ever experience? Today we dive into a tale of resilience and trust, one that can echo through your life if you dare to believe. Our story begins in the book of Exodus, chapter 1, where the Israelites find themselves in a land of suffering and bondage. This narrative sets the stage for a profound lesson about trust in divine providence, one that is not just a relic of ancient scripture, but a living, breathing truth that reverberates in our present lives. The Israelites, shackled by the oppressive hand of Pharaoh, continue to grow as a people despite their chains. Here lies a mystery. How can a people flourish in a land that seeks to diminish them? Imagine living under the decree of a tyrant king, as the Israelites did, a ruler threatened by your presence and tenacious in his efforts to quench the light of your spirit. Pharaoh's fear of the Israelites' growing numbers and strength led him to ruthlessly oppress them, commanding his people to enslave and burden them with hard labor. Yet their spirit was not broken. Instead, they multiplied even more, a testament to the divine promise at work beyond human chains. This is the power of divine providence and protection. When the world seeks to bury you, the divine sees your flourishing as inevitable. It challenges us today to reflect, where in our own lives are we allowing the voices of doubt and fear to dictate our paths? How often do we forget that even in moments of great oppression, there lies an opportunity for divine intervention and growth? In this pivotal chapter of Exodus, we see not only suffering, but also the seeds of liberation, planted by hands unseen and driven by a promise made to Abraham centuries before. The Israelite story reminds us of an unbroken lineage of hope and fulfillment, of a plan crafted with precision and love, transcending generational gaps in time. The narrative is not just historical, it's a mirror held up to our own existence. It asks us to consider our own Egypts and Pharaohs. What are the forces enslaving you today? Are they external circumstances, or perhaps internal voices telling you that you are undeserving of grace and breakthrough? For when the edict to destroy the male children of the Hebrews was decreed, it was divine providence that laid its protective hand upon a people who had almost lost hope. The Hebrew midwives, in an act of defiance shaped by faith, let the boys live, whispering a powerful truth across the ages, that faith and courage remain the most potent shields against the influx of fear and tyranny. This act of compassion, of rebellion against the cruelty ordered by Pharaoh, is an example of trusting divine intervention that we can draw upon. Can we dare to be like those midwives, making choices that seem small in action but mighty in purpose, knowing that each moment of conscience and courage is fueled by a divine narrative? So, what does Exodus teach us about embracing the journey of faith amid uncertainty? It tells us to trust in the unseen, in promises whispered by the divine across time and space. Life, much like the Israelites in Egypt, can spring from the hardest of soils if nurtured by faith. As you meditate on this passage, ask yourself, where is my faith waning? And how can I invite divine guidance into my circumstances? Recognize that the story of Exodus is not just an ancient account, but also a blueprint for navigating your struggles. Let this understanding move you to action. For every choice rooted in faith is a chapter in your Exodus, a journey away from bondage and into divine freedom. If you feel moved by this teaching and believe that God's plan outstretches fear, comment below saying, "I believe and wait," to publicly affirm your faith and dedication to growth. As we conclude, hold this truth close. The same divine providence that watched over the Israelites through centuries of trial and triumph is equally vigilant over you today. Prepare your heart for the next installment as we continue to unravel the power of faith and divine promises. Subscribe, join this community, and stay connected as we journey together through these timeless lessons that transcend the written word into living experiences.